He's Danny. I'm Grant. You're listening to The Fan, and we are pleased right now to be joined by the assistant captain of the Washington Capitals, who helped bring Washington, D.C. its first ever Stanley Cup, and a guy that we will thank until the end of time for doing so, Nicklas Bäckström. Nick, first of all, congrats again. I will never get tired of saying thank you to players like you who brought this city something we were waiting for almost 50 years, so thank you.
Well, thank you guys, and thank you for the fans who believed in us for all these years. Special moment for sure, and I'm so grateful to share this moment with you, with all of you guys.
Nick, I would be, I'm sorry, Grant, I would be insufferable if I was in your shoes. What I mean is I would every time I saw one of my teammates, I'd be like, do you guys remember when we won the Stanley Cup? Do you remember when we won it? How can you turn the page from something that magical, something that incredible that you worked so hard for? And thinking of those moments, when is it time to kind of move on to this year, and how hard is that to do?
Well, it's time right now because camp started. So I feel like all the guys in there has turned the page, and really looking forward to a new season. We got some fun things coming up, I think. But the most important thing is, I mean, winning it once. I mean, you're always gonna know you did it, but get that winning feeling. I think you want to do it again. That's what motivates all of us. I mean, you want to do this again, and that's what's going to drive us this year, I think.
11 seasons with the Capitals at this point. Crazy to think about. But over the first 10 of those years, you guys, for the most part, were one of the best, if not the best team in the regular season. And you didn't have anything to show for it for the playoffs. You just said when you sat down, thanks to all the fans who didn't stop believing in us. As a player, with that group, you heard all the people saying, with Backstrom and Ovechkin in this group, they'll just never break through. There's something missing there. Did you ever start doubting that you guys would be able to do it? I mean, a decade's a long time. Did you start to say, I got more days behind me than in front of me. Maybe I'm never going to win a championship in Washington?
No, I wasn't doubting, and I think that was the biggest thing. I mean, a lot of people talked about before last year that they're in the rebuild mode, have to ship some guys out. I mean, got some rookies in there, new players, but I think that was only good for us. I mean, look at our games. I mean, I think you bring in Vrana, Stevenson, who has a lot of speed, who we really used in the playoffs, I think. So that was only good for us. And I think one thing, too, that we really was good at in the playoffs is everyone bought into the system, and everyone was playing on their top level, which you have to. I mean, in playoffs, I mean, you need everybody, not just one or two guys.
Nicklas Bäckström on Grant and Danny here on 106.7 The Fan. We're broadcasting live from the Caps Iceplex. You look back at the celebration. You had your day with the cup. Maybe tell us a little bit about that. But I saw the kids, they were eating out of the cup and enjoying themselves. Yeah. I mean, what was the memories that stand out that you'll never forget with your family, and how did your day go?
Yeah, it was a great day. First of all, we got it in the morning, and then I was thinking to myself, how should I get the kids involved in this, take some pictures? So we had some ice cream at home, and I was like, let's make a sundae or something so they can just sit.
By the way, it was the best looking sundae ever.
That's the greatest sundae ever.
Yeah, exactly.
So much ice cream.
Tastes so good when it hits your lips.
Yeah, exactly. But no, after that, I brought it home where I grew up. Brought it to my rink where I used to play a lot, and used to be my second home when I was younger. So it was very nice. I brought my old teams there too. So.
Oh, wow. So your buddies from... Yeah. Now, is this when you were like a kid, or was this older? Okay.
Like, some of the guys I haven't seen in 20 years, maybe 15, 20 years.
And so they all got to hang out with the cup.
So that was special. And all the people that worked around there, too, haven't seen in a long time. So very special day. And then we had a big party at night, which was great, too.
We are Grant and Danny, and the voice you hear that's not us is Nicklas Bäckström, who is the assistant captain of the defending Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals. I want to be very clear that they are the defending Stanley Cup champion. Nick, new coach, but he's been here, so you know some familiarity, obviously, with Tyrod Reardon. What do you think is going to be different, and what do you think is going to be the same?
I think a lot of things it's going to be the same. I mean, thinking about the system and how we play, it's going to be pretty much the same. I'm sure Todd has some other ideas, but he was mostly running a lot of the system, and he was helping out in the power play too. So and he was working a lot with the demons. So Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's going to change. But as of right now, I think I'm very confident in him, and he's a very confident guy. He likes new ideas, and that's what you got to do too to keep up, because I feel like every team develops differently every year, and you got to keep up and come up with new stuff.
Nicklas Bäckström, you had so much less time to prepare for this season than you normally do. Are you as refreshed right now? Like, do you feel your body? Does it feel as good as it normally does on day one of camp?
Yeah, it feels great.
Really?
Yeah. And
how though, with so much less recovery time?
Even after all those sprints you guys did up and back?
Yeah, feels great. Because we're done with it now.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true, right?
No, but
because you guys did. You partied for a couple weeks like you should have, right? I mean, when did you get back to work, and how did it vary from normal?
I started beginning of July. Started to get going again, and but I mean, you gotta pace yourself too. I think obviously we haven't been in this situation before, and you got to listen to your body. I mean, some players need more rest than others, but I mean, I just think that everybody has tons of energy because we won, and gives you confidence. So hopefully we can bring that into this year.
Did you talk to either Brooks Orpik or maybe just a buddy of yours from Sweden, let's say, who's won a cup, to say, hey, how did your timeline work, or was it something where you kind of just dictated based on your body?
No, I just dictated off my body, and we get 3 weeks now. We can really get going. We get some exhibition games, which is great. I feel like those ones are going to be good for us. Besides,
obviously, your joy at winning the cup, who in the organization were you happiest for, besides yourself?
Ovi, I gotta say.
Why?
No, he's been here a long time, and I mean that's the only thing he was missing. I mean, he won everything else, I think, and it was pretty cool to see him achieve that. But obviously, all the guys on the team. But I mean, I know the owner Leonsis and that group, all the owners too. They've been through a lot, and I'm happy for them too. And I gotta say too, I mean, I think the GM Mac has done a great job with this organization. I mean, he really developed this group into champions, which is not easy. I mean, he's a smart guy, and he really did a good job.
The joy and the excitement you brought this city is something that we'll all have forever. Yeah. And we will never properly be able to re-thank you guys for that. And it sounds cheesy, but I'm telling you, I mean, just family and emotional memories that I've got and that people all over this city have from your run. It was some of the best times of our lives, and we've been waiting in this town for a long time. Thank you very much.
A lot of tears, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just got to say one more thing. It feels better to talk about this, right, than talking about losing in the second round.
If we're comparing, yes, it does.
Yeah. Don't have to ask you about Pittsburgh in the second round. Well, we can talk about when you beat Pittsburgh in the second round. Yeah, By the way, I do have a question. The Penguins always lose in the second round of the Capitals. Isn't that weird? It seems like every time they play the Capitals in the second round, they lose.
Yeah, it's weird. Let's start a new tradition.
I like that. Thanks,
That's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, buddy. Congrats again.
Thanks.
Nick Backstrom on Grant and Danny here at Kettler 106.7 The Fan.